The wetlands breathe in silence. Mist floats over the surface of still waters, and the hum of insects rises through the dense curtain of reeds. In this quiet, haunting world, an ancient predator waits, unseen, unheard, yet always present. The alligator, a living relic of the prehistoric age, it rules the swamps with cold precision and patience. Every ripple on the water, every breath of the wind, could mean life or death in this murky kingdom. Long before humans built cities and roads, when giant creatures still roamed the earth, the ancestors of the modern alligator had already perfected the art of survival. Their lineage stretches back over 37 million years, unchanged in form, a reminder of the brutal efficiency of nature's design. With armored skin, a crushing jaw, and instincts sharper than the blade of time, the alligator is not just a predator, it is a survivor, forged in the crucible of evolution. Dawn breaks over the Everglades, the light turning the marshlands into gold. Beneath the water, an alligator stirs. Its nostrils rise just above the surface, taking in the first breath of morning air. It has waited all night, motionless, hidden, beneath a blanket of lily pads. To the untrained eye, there is nothing here, just calm water. But beneath that deceptive peace lies a hunter ready to strike. Every movement is calculated, every breath measured. The alligator knows that in nature, patience is power. A heron lands on the edge of the swamp, dipping its beak into the shallows. The water ripples softly. In an instant, the calm explodes. The alligator lunges upward with terrifying speed, jaws snapping, shut with a force of more than 2,000 pounds per square inch. The water churns into chaos, then falls silent once more. The heron is gone. The hunter returns beneath the surface as if nothing happened. This is the law of the swamp, swift, silent, and final. Despite its terrifying nature, the alligator is not a mindless killer. It is a creature of balance, playing a crucial role in its ecosystem. It builds gator holes, small depressions in the swamp floor that trap water during dry seasons. These become lifelines for fish, turtles, and birds when the wetlands dry out. The same jaws that bring death also sustain life, a paradox that defines nature itself. Beneath that rough, scaly armor lies one of the most complex creatures in the reptile world. Alligators communicate with low-frequency bellows that shake the water's surface, a sound so deep it can be felt rather than heard. During mating season, the swamps turn into a chorus of thunder as males bellow to attract females. The vibrations ripple through the water like distant drums of war. The females answer with softer grunts, choosing their partners carefully. Once bonded, the mother alligator becomes one of the most protective mothers in the animal kingdom. She guards her nest with fierce devotion, defending her eggs against snakes, raccoons, and even other alligators. When her hatchlings emerge, she gently carries them in her jaws to the water. The same jaws that could crush bone in an instant. But life in the swamp is never easy. Young alligators face countless threats: birds of prey, larger alligators, and even environmental changes. Only a few from each clutch survive into adulthood. Those that do become apex predators, feared by everything that moves in the water or along its edge. Even humans, with all their technology, tread carefully where the alligator drains. Night in the swamp is different. The air cools and the surface of the water turns into a mirror for the moon. The silence is broken only by distant croaks and the hum of insects. Then from the darkness, a pair of glowing red eyes emerges. The alligator moves without a sound, sliding through the water like a shadow. Its body, heavy and armored, glides with surprising grace. Every sense is alive, tuned to detect. The faintest vibration, a frog jumps, a fish splashes, and in the blink of an eye, the night swallows the sound again. The hunt continues. Humans have long feared and respected this creature. Native tribes saw the alligator as a symbol of strength, patience, and the duality of creation and destruction. To them, it was the guardian of the wetlands, a spirit that watched over both life and death. Yet, with the arrival of settlers, this respect turned into fear and greed. By the early 20th century, alligators were hunted almost to extinction for their skins, which were used to make luxury goods. Their numbers fell drastically, and the silence of the swamps deepened. It was only through strict conservation laws and public awareness that the alligator made its miraculous comeback. Today, it stands as one of the greatest success stories in wildlife recovery, a reminder that nature, when given a chance, always finds a way to heal, but coexistence remains fragile. Urban expansion continues to invade the wetlands. Roads cut through ancient migration paths. Polluted waters poison their food sources. Sometimes hungry or displaced alligators wander into human neighborhoods, causing fear and panic. Yet these encounters are often misunderstood. The alligator is not the monster of horror stories. It is a creature simply trying to survive in a world that has forgotten its place in the natural order. There is something hauntingly beautiful about watching an alligator basking in the sun. The stillness of its body, the calm confidence. In its eyes, the slow rhythm of its breathing. It is as if time itself pauses around it. For a moment, one can almost see the world as it was millions of years ago, raw, untamed, and balanced. The power of the alligator lies not just in its bite, but in its silence. It does not chase its prey. It waits. It does not fight for dominance. It endures. In the slow, steady patience of this creature lies a lesson for all life. Survival is not about speed or strength alone. It is about knowing when to move and when to remain still, when to strike and when to hide. The alligator's story is a reflection of nature's oldest truth, that balance sustains everything. In recent years, scientists have discovered fascinating aspects of alligator intelligence. They use tools, balancing sticks on their heads to lure birds during nesting season. They communicate with body language and even recognize individual humans who feed them regularly. These are not cold-blooded machines of instinct. They are sentient survivors capable of learning, adapting, and thriving in ways we are only beginning to understand. When a storm approaches, the swamp darkens and the winds begin to howl. While other creatures flee, the alligator remains still, lowering itself into the depths, finding safety in the mud. It has faced storms for millions of years, hurricanes, floods, even ice ages, and yet it endures. When the skies clear and sunlight returns, the alligator rises again unshaken, ready to rule its world once more. There's a quiet wisdom in its eyes, as if it remembers a time before humans, before roads, before noise. Watching it is like looking into the memory of the earth itself, a reminder of what came before us and what might remain long after we are gone. In every movement, every ripple, every silent breath, the alligator speaks the language of patience and power. As dusk falls again over the wetlands, the swamp returns to its eternal rhythm. The calls of frogs echo through the air, and the glow of the sunset fades into darkness. Beneath the water, the alligator settles, calm, motionless, eternal. Its story is not one of fear, but of survival. It is the story of life itself, written not in words, but in silence. The silent hunter of the swamps, the alligator. It reminds us that true power doesn't roar, it waits. It doesn't destroy recklessly, it endures. And as long as there is water in the marshes and moonlight on the reeds, its ancient eyes will continue to watch, forever a guardian of the wild and a living echo of the earth's untamed heart. If you enjoyed this journey into the wild, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Universe of Wild, where every creature has a story to tell.